Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. And I am so excited today for Paper Pumpkin Playdate because we have the new kit, the Farmhouse Florals, the August 2025 kit. And if you don't have it, then this is a spoiler alert because I am opening it and I am going to make the cards as designed. At our team gathering on Saturday, a couple girls were working on their kit and they were talking about how great it was. Of course, they know that I like to be surprised and I truly appreciate that. So they made sure they only showed each other stuff when I was not in the room, and they didn't talk about anything specific because they know I like to be surprised. Now we know from the little ad that there's a second stamp set in here, so I'm really excited about that, and it coordinates with the dies. So let's go ahead and switch cameras and I'll show you these dies. So here are the dies for quarter 3. All right, so we have hello, we have a flower, a leaf, we have a strawberry, or an acorn. So we have 2 different toppers, and then we have this design. So we can either make it a strawberry or make it an acorn, and then we have the circle. So here we go. Here's the hello, the leaf, the acorn top, the strawberry top, the strawberry inside, and then this is either the strawberry or the acorn. Then we have our flower, and we have our circle. So lots of dies in this set. This is the past quarter set, and I think, if I recall correctly, let me just double check, those are no longer available. The dies that are still, the paper pumpkin dies that are still available are these right here, the hooray, the flower, and the leaf. So those 3 dies, and this one here, the tag with the Mary and the leaf. It almost looks like a fern leaf, but it can be anything leafy and green. So these are no longer available, but these 2 are available separately. They're $12. Well, this one right now is on sale for $6, and this one is $12. And then our current one is still available here, this one with all these dies, and it is $12. So lots of dies and only $12, and you can use them to coordinate with these, or you can just use them separately without it being coordinated. So then this month, and we'll open it up soon, was the Farmhouse Florals, and we knew that it had a second stamp set. So I'm really excited about that, especially the teapot. That's why I asked you on the other post whether what your favorite tea is. So my favorite tea is rooibos. I had it for my first time before it ever came to the United States when I was in South Africa on a group study exchange for Rotary as a teacher. And I fell in love with rooibos, brought home a big old bag of it because I'd bought a box of it, put it in a bag for packing. And it's my favorite. And right now, from Sipology, I have a friend, Beth Wyan, who sells Sipology, and I order her amaretto rooibos, which is cherry and almond in the rooibos. It's my favorite. All right, besides the plain, I love plain rooibos, but Sipology doesn't sell plain rooibos anymore, even though I still have some. All right, so next month, so your subscription period started August 11th, which was last Monday, and I got my kit quick. And then it goes until September 10th, and it's going to be this one right here, which coordinates with the Autumn Tulle Suite collection, which I have seen others using, and I think I'm going to have to buy it because it's really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I love the trees, and of course the deer. We have deer out here in our yard. We don't have that kind of a tree, but that's okay. We have mostly pine trees and larch trees and some birch trees, and this would be a different kind of tree, but that's okay. It's beautiful, and you will probably see me make something with it because I'm going to order it so that we can play with it with this kit and make other alternate cards. And of course you see a fox here, and then there's some acorns. That's where these dies are going to come in really handy, and then these gorgeous envelopes. So This is the next one that you want to make sure you subscribe to if you are not already a subscriber. All right, so let's go ahead and break this puppy open because I am excited. The girls were talking about it and talking about how pretty it was, and they loved all the sentiments. So I'm looking forward to seeing what is in the box. All right, so let's get it opened. Because it is an all-inclusive kit. Oh, I love how all the plastic took off all the dirt. Yay! It was looking pretty shabby. All right, because it's an all-inclusive kit, all you have to do is add a pair of scissors. Everything else is in the box that you need to do what the projects are designed for. I just got all tongue-tied on you. All right. So when you get your first kit, let me just grab it out of here real quick. When you get your first kit, you get a block to use with your stamps. And today, yay, we have 2 stamps, which I really love because yes, there are a lot of sentiments. All right, so I'm gonna read these to you after I find the black and white paper that has what they are, because it's a little hard. Oh no, here I go. For you, thank you. XOXO, hello. Just a note, you are loved. To say, forever your friend. Good friends are hard to find, so I'm glad we found each other. Oh, those are great sentiments. And then this is just a little design pattern that you can do. And then here are some flowers. And then we have our teapot. Love it. And we have a flower, a heart or leaves, and another little design pattern. This says, always here for you. You're simply the best. Thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear. And then we have some more flowers right here as well. So lots of great stamps to play with. Ooh, and you know I'm going to have to, with all these words, I might have to do another word collage. Because look at all the words. Woo, that's going to be fun. Secret C, the new black, is our color for this. I've been hearing people call it the new black, the almost black, the lighter black. It's called Secret C. It's kind of a dark blue-green, but it's so dark blue-green that it looks almost black, but it's not as in-your-face black as black is. So we're going to be using that for this one, at least for today. You know, I'll change that up as well. We have our tissue paper that I like to keep, sometimes use on the cards, but I like to keep them to, I use for packaging because they're so pretty. And it's such a fun blue. It's, I think the pool party or balmy blue. I think it's more of a pool party blue. All right. And let's open this baby up. I see flowers. All right. I love opening these kits. I have always been so tickled with opening up my paper pumpkins. They're just so exciting because I love the surprise of it. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you like surprises? So even if you're watching this as a as a replay, let me know what you think about, now let's try this again. Even if you're watching this on a replay, answer my questions. That's what I was trying to say. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like surprises? Because I totally love surprises. So this one is in English, and it then shows us our stamps. All right. So I usually just fold this in half and keep it together like this. And then I usually, when I'm done with the kit for the day, I will just put the stamps in there so I have it all together. All right, because it just helps you read it since they don't print on the acetate anymore. It just lets you know. So because these are all filled in like this, that means the flowers are filled in completely. And this is just an outline of teapot. Okay, which is really cool because you can do a technique where you stamp on a pattern paper and cut it out, and then that teapot will have that pattern. So that will have to be something we do, right? So here are our no fail instructions. Oh my gosh, look at these gorgeous cards. And then we have 3 different designs, 3 of each design, so 9 cards. Beautiful envelopes. I can see them right here. Oh man. Here are again, the dies that coordinate, and here are the full ingredients and our coordinating colors. So we have Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, that's one of our new in colors, Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, and Secret Sea, which is another in color. And remember, there is the in color sale going on right now. So if you need some in colors or some stuff with in colors in it, now's the time. It's 15% off until the end, 15% off until the end of the month. You can get the ink pads, you can get the refills, you can get the markers, you can get the Stampin' Blends, you can get the cardstock, you can get the ribbon, and then you can get a select number of products that have the in colors in it. That's also sweet. All right, so, oh, I love this little tote. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to move that. These are our mini dimensionals, which I guess I'm going to have to use because I don't see any dimensionals in my toolbox. Tool tote thing. I found this one. It's a smaller one than what I had, but bigger than my original one. So that'll be fun. Linen thread. I love linen thread. Excuse me. And then my nose is gonna run. Oh, ooh, these are not our usual paper. They are almost like a linen paper. Ooh, these feel so different. I love it. All right, so we're going to go through this. So let's do 3 envelopes because we're gonna take one of each of the cards out. Put those in the box. So we've got here, we've got to put this down here, put this here so you can kind of see it. Here we have our card base, our first card base. That's this one. So this is card number 2. All right, and then just to make sure, yep. Oh my gosh, that is really pretty. All right, and even the card bases are kind of a linen paper. They've got, I don't know if you can see it, they've got like spots on it. It's a linen kind of paper. All right, and this one goes there. Ooh. All right, and then we have this one with the typewriter. See, I would not put, I don't know if I would think to put flowers in an old typewriter. The places that people put flowers are not places I would think of putting flowers. All right, so then we have this, and it's a thicker paper. So let's see. So we need this one. Oh, yeah, it is a thicker paper. It's nice. Let's see, that one, and then we need this one over here, and then I guess this one, it shows differently there. It shows that it's darker, but here it is not showing it. It is not that color, but we're going to use that one. So we've got all those, and there's 4 of each, but you're only going to need 3 of each, so you're going to have 1 extra of each, just in case you have a boo-boo, or in case you want to make some alternate cards like I do. All right, then we have this one, which goes here with this card. See, and I guess you could, if you had an old teapot or coffee pot that you wanted to use as a flower vase, you could do that. That would be interesting. I've never thought of it. I guess I don't have an old one to do that, and I'm not like an antique shopper, so I don't know that I would have thought of that. All right, and then we have 3 of these, so we know we're only going to need 1 of those. So we need this bag to go with this one, and this handle is a separate piece, so it also goes with that. And then we have these 2 flowers that go with this. And we have one of these over here and one of these over here. And then we have one of these over here and one of these over here. And then we have our typewriter over here. All right, so then we don't need this anymore, but I'm going to keep it in case I like that shape for playing with. All right, and that's it. So let's see. So we have 1, 2, and 3. I'll move those out of the way. Then we're going to come up here to number 1, and we're going to take our stamps and stamp. So we want this one. So this is the stamp set that goes with the kit, and this one is the extra stamp set. So this is the original one that was designed with it, and this is an extra stamp set. So they won't use this on the cards because it's extra for us to play with. All right, so we're gonna pick this up. We're going to get out our secret C. We also need You Are Loved. You Are Loved. I've got some other stamps using up my blocks over here, so I'm going to have to take those off. Here we go. And we need our first card base, which is this one. And we're going to stamp. You can see here, it's got the arrows and it shows you exactly where to stamp. And that's the beauty of these no-fail instructions. You really just can't fail if you can follow arrows. You don't even have to read anything. Why is this not moving? Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. All right, so we're going to ink it up. We always want to try it out the first time there. Yeah, it didn't make a solid. There, that one's pretty solid. All right, so pretty much let's do the You Are Loved first. There we go. You Are Loved. Goes right about center. All right, and then this one goes above it. And we'll flip it over, and it goes below it. Oh! Here we go. There we go. That's a little off. I'm probably the only one that's going to notice it. Okay, you'll notice it. But I know you're not going to tell anybody. All right, here we go. There we go. We're going to burnish that so that it lays nice and flat. And then, oh, haha, that was supposed to be on the inside. That was supposed to be on the inside. So luckily we're covering that. So I get a second chance to make that correct. Woohoo! All right, so let's try this now. Let's try this again. All right, so this is the inside, and then they're showing you to fold it over. And I didn't pay attention to that because that's sometimes what I do. You Are Loved. And then I get a second chance to make this right. Like that. There we go. And then this one like that. All right. Well, see, sometimes boo-boos pay off. And luckily, the front of this card is going to get covered. Because if it wasn't going to get covered, then I would be in trouble. All right. Here we go. It's getting covered with this. How lucky did I get? Very. All right. So, but before we're going to stamp on here with... Yeah, June, it's Monday morning, and you are not quite with it yet. All right, so we're going to grab this stamp, and we're going to do some patterns. So we're pretending like this is blank, and we're just doing some patterns here. So 4 times, and then thank you on this. So we'll pull off the thank you right here, pull it off of another block. All right, let's do this. There's a lot of stamping on this one card. That is not the usual. Let's make sure, yep, stamps beautifully. Make sure I do it in the right direction. Like that. Love it. Love, love, love it. All right, and now this one, I want to make sure it stamps well. Yep. All right, so we're going to stamp one time over here, and then one time over here with some overlapping, and then down here again with overlapping, and then over here. All right, and the overlapping is going to get covered, so don't worry about it looking a little messy. It's okay, and remember, we've got all our arrows showing us where to stamp. All right, then we're going to put dimensionals on this one, and I don't have any larger ones. I'd rather have larger ones, so I'm going to use the edge like that and cut myself some larger ones versus all these little ones, because this is a bigger piece, and I'm really picky about not having my card layers sagging, and this is a larger piece for me, so I don't care to use, or I don't like to use the little minis for that. All right, so here we go. There we go, like that. And then, but they didn't say that I couldn't. It's really your preference. I still have all the minis I can use, but you can see I'm just using the thick border. All right, so, and we'll take those off. Slowly, my nails are getting a little longer, and we're gonna move that and put it, whoops, not upside down. We're going to put it like this. See, all the ugly crisscrossing is all covered up. And then we're going to put this over here. And now we need the little minis. Oh, I'm going to use this. It's a lot easier to use your take your pick tool with the minis. And you just want to put 2 of them right here next to each other, because that's what's hanging off. All right, that's what's hanging off, and then we're just going to stick that right up to the edge like that. All right, now it kind of raises up, but this is the only adhesive in here, so I personally don't like it raising up, so I'm going to use a little dab of glue underneath it. Maybe. Maybe not. I am live. Has to be a boo-boo somewhere, right? All right, here we go. All right. I wonder if everyone else is just not up, not used to me being so early. All right. Here we go. So, card 1, thank you. You are loved. And I love this paper. Like I said, it's kind of a linen-y feeling paper. It's thicker than our usual cardstock, and it's got the little speckles of like handmade paper in it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and do on my envelope, even though this is decorated, I'm going to do this flower. All right, just right there. I think it looks so pretty. And actually I'm going to do this. Oop. I'm going to do triple stamping, where I do it 3 times. Oh, nope, not that one, because I see how I have half on, half off. So I just want to do that. And then I would need to refresh my ink, stamp twice, and then I could stamp that third time. There you go. That way it kind of gives it a little bit of a bouquet, but they're all colors that are getting lighter. So that's triple stamping. Stamping it, inking it once, stamping it 3 times. All right, so there we go. That is card 1. Lovely. Truly lovely. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. I love it. All right, let's go on to card 2. So now we're just gonna flip this. Ooh, this one's got a lot more details because look at all that stuff that we have to put together there. All right, more stamping. So let's go ahead, and this time I'm going to stamp it in the right places. All right, so it's not on the front, it's on the inside of the card. They don't usually have a stamping on the inside, so I like this. And we're going to use this one and pick that up with another D block. All right, good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. And we're going to do that here. They've got it more centered. I moved it up just a little bit. Excuse me, so you can write down below. And we're going to use this flower again. Top and bottom. I love that. Oh. There we go. That time I was able to fill it in properly. All right. Oh, and the little for you. Oh, we have some more stamping. All right, so let's go ahead, and on the front, we have more stamping. There's lots of stamping. I mean, they did give us a whole lot of stamps, so I'm not surprised that it's because we have a lot of stamping. All right, so then on the front, we're going to do this one across. Just goes across, but that just looks like it's not big enough. I think we need to do it twice over. They don't show it as twice, but you can see here there's a lot more on each side. So since we're going to be covering it with that other bag, I'm going to stamp over here. And I'm going to stamp over here. All right, so oh, I guess they did. All right, so I can see the crisscrossing. I see this mark where it's doubled here. I can see that now there, now that I've done it. So, and then we need the little for you. For you. Our little block. Sadly, they don't sell these blocks anymore. I sure wish I had bought more before they were gone because I do like that. Oh, we need to make sure to pay attention which direction that little tag is in. All right, so for you. I love the font. It's very simple script, or not script. It's a very simple font, a very simple print. All right, so we'll move this out of the way. We have the for you. Obviously, we're going to need this as well. It says 12 inches, but I don't think you need 12 inches. So I'm going to wait and see how we're putting it on. Then we're going to take this. We're going to flip it over. And what I like to do is I like to flip it over just like they have it here, so that I make sure I put my dimensionals where I really need them. Excuse me. We're going to do this way. And then we have our 2 flowers over here, our 2 yellow flowers over here, and then this one. All right, and now, of course, we do need those little minis. So we're going to put them on here. like this. And the take your pick tool just really makes it so much easier. If you don't have a take your pick tool, I highly recommend it. All right, so this one, they've got 3 of them on here. See, they either give you large ones or small ones, either the minis or the regulars. And then you can just use what you have as well. But this is so much easier with the take your pick tool versus trying to get it, oops, get it with your fingers. Even if you have nails, the minis are just way easier to manage with the take your pick tool. So now for here, we need to cut one of these in half, but I'm going to see, oh, nope, that's a little long. So yep, we're gonna have to cut one of these in half. So I need to pull one off of there. This gets a little tedious, but yeah. All right, so this is where I wish I had nails again. So one of them goes on there. One of them goes on there. And you want to make sure they don't show through. That one's going to show through to the other side. So don't put it too close to the edge or it will show up. There we go. All right, so now we're going to take off all those backings and put our little tote together. We're just putting it basically on top of what's already there. So we're just making that picture 3D, which it's so nice and so easy to do. There we go. Oh, that stuck to me. There we go. All right, so let's flip this around and put this tote on first. Cute. All right, and then let's see. We're going to do these flowers up here. Make sure you turn it around the right way. There we go, like that. And these flowers are over. Oh. Oh no, this one's hanging down here. I like that. I was going to say that one just isn't working. And then this one is the one that's going to be right here. So that just gives our bag a little more dimension, you can see. All right, and then, oops, forgot to take the little papers off of this. All right, oh. All right, yeah, these little papers without nails are real challenging. All right, so then we're going to put this on like that. And I guess actually that was supposed to be tied onto there. So we're going to cut some off, put it around here, put it through here. And that's supposed to kind of hang off of there. So I'm going to go ahead, because it's got the dimensional, stick it down and then tie it on with a bow. So that makes it stay put. Nothing's dangling around. And then you can just tie your little bow. Like that. And then you can just trim it off wherever you want, like that. And there is card 2 for you. Good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. That is beautiful. All right, and so then again, I am going to stamp on the envelope with the flower again. This time I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to do it like this, and then do it this way, and then do it off. And that way I don't have to re-ink it and waste any ink or anything like that. Oops, that wasn't in the camera. I trust you got to see what I did. All right, so that is card 2. Beautiful cards. And again, I'm really loving this linen type paper. It's beautiful. So right now the refills for this are, and the extra kits are not in the online store yet. Last month there are refill kits for the strawberry kit, the Sweeter With You kit. For the past couple kits there are some refills, so you'd have to go check those out. Let's go on to card 3. This is again going to be layering on top of what's already there. But first, we need to stamp inside. So this one has, again, the flowers, but then it has, let's see, to say thank you. All right. So we want the to say above the thank you, but we want to make sure we say it, have it straight. There we go. To say thank you. And then again, we do this one above it. I like how, oh, June. All right, I'm not pressing it straight down. Oh, I got a little double. That's okay. All right, so this one, I think this one looks like the center might be a little bit higher, so double check yours. All right, double check yours, because I'm feeling like I have to rock mine a little bit to get it. The center seems to be a little bit higher. So sometimes that happens with stamps, so especially the photopolymer. So just kind of check it. And if you find you're doing what I do, where you're having to stamp over it again to get the rest of the ink off, then when you do stamp the next time, kind of rock it a little bit, but don't rock it too much that you get all the halos around it. All right, and then we have on here at the top, we're going to do just a note. So they show theirs as darker paper. Ours is not, but that's okay. So we have just a note. We've used almost every stamp in here. We have just the note. We didn't use XOXO, the hello, or the forever your friend. However, we have used the majority of them, so that's pretty impressive. All right, so we have just a note right about here. All right. And then we'll bring back our card, fold this, and burnish it with our bone folder so it stays down. There we go. And then we're going to bring this over and this. Oh, look, there's a little slit right here. All right, and this is going to go down in it. Like that. How cute. How cute. All right, so we're going to turn this over, put some dimensionals on it. I'm going to turn these over. And again, I like to lay them out like they have them, so I make sure to put the dimensionals where I need them. So we're going to put the dimensionals down here. Oop, that's more than we needed there. And I'm actually going to just put that right there on that corner. That will help it stay down. Like that. And I'm going to put one in the center too, just to make sure. Because really, I mean, there is such a thing as too many, but that one extra one in the middle is not too many. All right, so this one have the two next to each other, and then this one is spread out again. Come on. All right, and then we'll take off all these papers. And you get a pile of papers to go in the trash. Because these, I don't think these are recyclable, because they're the shiny paper, they're not really paper. So I tend to put them in the trash, not in the recycling. Sometimes they end up in the recycling just because they're close to each other or they get tied up with stuff. So then we're going to set this right on top of here, like, oh, nope, we forgot to stamp. June, shame. We're stamping across here again. Almost messed up. All right, so I did the just a note, but forgot this stamping. We're going across the typewriter again. So we have this little pattern on the outside. I think that looks so cool. And of course it's getting covered up, so you just don't even realize it. Here we go. Just a note. And this flower is going to be right here. And these flowers are going to be right here. All right, so just a note. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, these are just absolutely adorable cards. Very beautiful cards. All right, we're gonna do this again. Get my thing back in here. So make sure that you can see it this time. We're gonna stamp once, stamp twice, stamp 3 times. So you want to have your part that's hanging off your 3rd time so that you don't have to re-ink it. All right, so just a little quickie triple stamping technique for you there. All right, and we have our 3rd card made. Let's take a look at these wonderful cards. All right, such beautiful cards. Oh my goodness. All right, and then of course the envelopes. You can take this one out. This one is not, I don't remember if I burnished it well enough or what. There we go. All right, so you can see the envelope and the cards. Whoops, guess you can't because I'm not scrolled out enough. There you go. All right, super duper pretty. I love these. These are just very pretty. Pretty. All right, hold on. This one's covering my just. There we go. Had to move it away from there. All right. Love them. Those are so pretty. Can't wait to show my mother. She's a flower hound. She loves flowers. So she's going to love these. And I'm going to talk to her. Maybe we have to find an old teapot that we could use for a flower vase. That would be something completely different. That would look so cool. All right. So thank you if you are watching this on a replay, because nobody is on here for the live. So thank you if you are jumping on as a replay. I appreciate you watching this. And I have switched Paper Pumpkin Playdate to Monday mornings, either 9 or 9:30. It kind of depends on how the morning rolls with people in the house. So it's typically going to be 9 o'clock. Today I had to bump it out to 9:30 because of things in the house. So I appreciate your understanding for that, but you can plan on it being typically Monday mornings. I know last week I totally spaced it, but that card club has moved back to Friday, so there will be no spacing of Paper Pumpkin Playdate. And I have my alarm set and everything. So Paper Pumpkin Playdate for 9 o'clock Monday mornings, unless I tell you a little bit later, but for the most part, 9 o'clock Monday mornings. And I appreciate all of you understanding that life is a little bit different when you have your folks living in your house with you. My son leaves tomorrow for college. Back to Ohio he goes. So that's a little sad. So the rest of the afternoon we'll be helping him finish up laundry and pack and sort through some things that he put off until the very end, of course. Yeah, where did he learn that from? I know, from me and my husband. Yeah, we kind of are last minute people with some things. So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you back here tomorrow at, just double checking the time, I'm pretty sure it's 10:30 tomorrow. 10:30. Unfortunately, my Kit Together Tuesday does kind of move up and down on the time scale a little bit because I sometimes have a Zoom for Stampin' Up that I have to do, but it's not every week. And so I don't know, maybe I should change it. But I've also got doctor's appointments tomorrow with my mother and myself for our eyes. So wish me luck on that. And I will see you all tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Have a great rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.